Hello. Let me just check that everything is streaming okay, and yeah, it seems to be working. And welcome if you're joining. Trev here. Hello. And I've just created a little sing-along sheet, ukulele Christmas songs for a couple of my students and one of my schools, and I thought it'd be quite nice, as it's quite a stormy day, to just stream a little playthrough of the songs, so you can kind of have a little go on a ukulele at home. So this is aimed at beginners. Some of the things might trip you up a little bit, so there are some things, some of the chord changes are a little bit quick and might be a little bit more advanced, but you can certainly have a go. If you've not already seen, I've done a booklet on Introduction to Ukulele, which I'll put a link at the end, which takes you right through the very basics of all of the different parts of the ukuleles, those sorts of things. And there is a second video as well, which is a little bit more advanced. This is probably after the first video, but you can watch the second video for some extra things that aren't Christmassy. The other thing we need to do is tune our ukulele. So if you haven't already tuned it, I've tuned mine to piano. So that's green cats eat ants. So just hopefully see if your ukulele sounds the same as mine, more or less. Okay, so we're we're doing our best. And also, if you want to warm up your voice, so it's early in the morning. I thought I'd do this live because I've not done a live tuition before, but I thought it'd be quite fun just to experiment with that. So first of all, the booklet, which looks a little bit like this, is actually, I've put a link in the comments. Sorry, not in the comments, in the description. I'll put it in the comments as well, so you can see. But basically, it is a little selection of some of the songs that I've found work really well when I've been teaching, and as is the way when I teach, I try and simplify it so it's not too difficult, but also don't simplify it so much that it doesn't sound like the song anymore. And this isn't the top 10 necessarily my top 10 favourite of all time Christmas songs, including carols and stuff. It's actually just 10 that I think work really well, and I've got them from various different sources and books and online. Maybe I'll keep that up. Does that work? I think that might work. But first of all, let's do Silent Night. So if you have a look for a C chord, so the chords we need in this song are C chord, a G chord. Let me just put it on there for a second. So C chord and a G chord, which is a triangle like that. So G chord is a lot harder than a C chord. Put your fingers down in that order. And an F chord. And I did keep the A minor in later on, which is just a finger there, just for a bit of variety. You could play F instead of A minor, so they sound quite similar. Similarly with a G, you could play G7. So some books like giving you lots of different chords, so G and G7. They're not the same. If you're more advanced, then there is a difference between G and G7. But as a beginner, you could play G or G7, and both would sound fairly okay for most of the things. The difference between major and minor is actually a little bit more significant, so you can't really substitute a major for a minor, but you can generally substitute a 7. Okay, right, so let's go back to the song. So Silent Night. So I didn't work out the start notes. Silent Night. So I'll do that here. So it's that note, green cats, E, F. Is that F sharp? Or is it G? It's a G. Just Silent Night. Often when I'm singing, just play an intro so you get the Silent Night. The first note sort of sounding in your head before you just go straight into sa. You can't go straight in for it with a chord and the correct pitch singing. You've got to sort of prepare your mind, if you like. Okay, so that's the note, and the strumming pattern down, down, up, down. So this is in 3. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. It's probably better to sing an octave higher, but my voice hasn't quite warmed up yet. This is from a book. Obviously, the chords are very simple, so you could put it in a different key to suit your voice. Silent night, all is calm, all is bright. So I think you'll be singing up there probably, unless you've got a low voice. But yeah, that's Silent Night for you. So down, down, up, down is the strumming pattern on that. Okay, let's do the second one. So let me see how I can do. Oh, there we are. We Wish You a Merry Christmas. So We Wish You a Merry Christmas, I would say is actually quite hard. It's always one that everybody wants to do, but it's got a lot of chords, and I actually stuck an E. I couldn't really get round taking that E out, so I left it in. An E chord is, or an E7 should I say, is fret 1, 2, 0, 2, or the other way around, 2, 0, 2, 1. So if I just play you the chords, actually, sorry, if I show you that, can I show you that? Maybe I'll just have to move it up and down a bit. Okay, so we've got and C and F, D minor. D minor is quite nice because it's like an F chord with the middle filled out, and then G, and then E or E7, and then A minor, and an F and C. So that was kind of as simple as I could get it, without just going C. So sometimes actually when I do it with my younger kids, and I might do this next week in fact, just get them to go, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, just on C. As long as there's someone in a group or with them changing chords, you've got that harmony added anyway, so you don't necessarily all need to do all of the changes. Similarly, if you're playing along with this, you can do your best, as many changes as you can. Okay, so C. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Very nice. And the same strumming pattern, sorry, I forgot to say that. Down, down, up, down. Okay, let's see how I can do this. Auld Lang Syne. I think it's probably quite fun if I move where I am in my video capture box. So Auld Lang Syne is a Scottish origin song, and it's sung at New Year, but it's that time of year again. There is a bit of discrepancy with different versions of words. I think this is just about the right words. I mean, and never brought to mind should old acquaintance be forgot and Auld Lang Syne, and for the sake of Auld Lang Syne. What I've done is I've put both, first verse for Auld Lang Syne and the second verse for the sake of Auld Lang Syne. And there were some other words that kept come in. Generally they're the same. You'll find this with old sort of carols and songs. There are different, slightly different versions, like me putting Silent Night in C. So slightly different versions of the songs. So this one I've put all of the chords in a little kind of box at the top. So let's just go through them and see. So this is in 4. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Hopefully it didn't distort a bit. I'm just going to turn myself down a tiny little bit. Or maybe I won't play quite as loud. So, C, G, C, F, C, G, A minor for variety, but you could also play F, and then C. So let's have a little go. 1, 2, 3, 4, should. And it starts on an anacrusis, it's called. It starts before beat 1. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, should, should, should. Should old. So it's the same note. So it's a G. Should 1, 2, 3. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne. Okay. Have a little play with that. Like I say, this is just a sort of little kind of hopefully little addition to just playing along on your own to a sheet. Just giving you a little bit of, can I do that? Is that going to work? Ooh, yeah, so I've got the chord box from, okay, so Deck the Halls. Maybe if I make that a bit bigger as well. Wow, doing all sorts of things. Okay, so hopefully, do download the sheet. So I guess you can just play along to the screen, but the idea is the sheet, you can download it and print it. I'm really kind of in favour of kind of getting off the screens a bit. So this is just to give you an idea of what's on the sheet, if there's any chords that will trip you up. And yeah, you can play along. You can't see the chord, can you? That'll do. Okay, so Deck the Hall. We have C, we have G, and F. So mostly beginner books, and I did have a three chord ukulele. Let me just get it a sec because I want to just show you the books. Okay, so, and we have this book, and I also have Justin's Christmas book. So, and all manner of online resources, and these songs are generally out of copyright. Some of them might not be copyrighted, but so it might still be in copyright, but certainly the ones that Justin does are more up to date. These are more sort of like carols, but to simplify it down to 3 chords, yeah, they're all good books. Do buy Christmas books, but I think they're all, none of them are perfect. I mean, this is like my own selection of 10 that I've kind of found that have worked quite well. So Deck the Hall is, well, surprisingly in some ways, quite enjoyed by lots of kids still out of the carols. So down, down, up, down, down. Deck. Are we the same note again? Deck. So it's a G. It is a G, yeah. Deck the halls. Okay, and the last one I sang in the higher octave and actually then realised it should have been in the lower octave. But deck the halls with boughs of holly. So my invitation, it would be to encourage you to sort of sing the intros a little bit as practice, which I haven't done. So deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la, fa la la la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la, fa la la la. It's really fun. I think that's a really fun one. Sometimes I'm not quite with the strumming pattern. Sometimes I add the odd sort of extra strum. It's up to you how rigid you want to be, and kind of keep it kind of very consistent. Or sometimes it's nice to add some extra kind of fills if you like. But it's up to you, I think. So we're just going for enjoyment mainly. Okay, so of course, if you're going to become a session ukulele player, you have to do it strictly kind of in time. Let's do Jingle Bells. So move the video device around again. So you haven't got chords, but you've got, and God, I'm getting fancy, aren't I? Look at that. It's somehow refreshing to do it live, because normally when I'm doing videos for the YouTube channel, I do lots of edits and things, and it just takes hours. Whereas I feel like I'm kind of just doing it on the fly. I hope no one's written a comment. I mean, generally when I'm doing these live things, obviously you're welcome to write comments, but so far I've not had much sort of live interaction. It tends to be after it's happened. I will just put the link in the chat if people haven't seen it. There's a couple of people watching, but don't see any comments. You're welcome to write any comments and I'll try and pick them up. But Jingle Bells. So this is another one with same chords, I think. I might have simplified it down a bit. So you've got C chord, F chord, and G chord, and it just changes the order. Oh yeah, what did we have? It was something like, no, it gives a little thumb up or, yay. Okay. Down, dashing, da, da, da. Is it the same note again? They all start on G, but it's a lower G, so just be aware of that. If you play a G, dashing through the snow, you're going to end up sounding like a chipmunk or going out of range. Female voices are slightly higher in register. You might be able to be more near that pitch, but certainly as a man, I've got to think, dashing through the snow. I've got to think that's the pitch, and I'm an octave or maybe even 2 octaves below it. Okay, so down, down, up. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha, ha. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. There's a couple of things distracting me, where one of them was that the ukulele just distorted a bit. It's getting too enthusiastic. And the other thing was I've got taking some bells into school, and were they around? When I do my sing-alongs, I like having little bells and stuff, but I think I'm not going to, if I haven't found them there, I'm not going to find them. But let's do the chorus again, because I sort of messed it up, but that is fine. So from the Jingle Bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Yeah, and you could experiment with G7. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. If you know G7 and you want to sort of make it a little bit more interesting, you could replace some of the Gs with G7s. Basically, a G is that triangle shape and a G7 is sort of the other way up. And depending on what book you look at, some of them prefer Gs and some of them prefer G7s. So I've stuck with Gs in this arrangement. Okay, so Away in a Manger is the last one on this sheet, and then we turn the sheet, and then there's a few other ones. So Away in a Manger, yeah, Not quite as popular as I thought, actually, Away in a Manger now, but obviously a classic doing for nativities and stuff. So we've got a C chord, we've got an F chord. Remember, D minor, we put the finger in the middle of the F to get D minor, and then we have a G again. And I think there's a kind of a version which I don't know as well, another tune to Away in a Manger. There's 2 separate tunes, so just be careful of that if you're looking for a song, that sometimes there's multiple tunes to the same words. But away in a manger, no crib for a bed, that's the one we're going for today, and that's the one I've worked out. So it actually wasn't in a book, I had to work it out by ear. Same note again. Oh God, that's a little coincidence if they all start on the same note, but an octave lower. Away in a manger. So it's in 3 again, so going down, down, up, down. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the bright sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. Oh, I really like that one. So as you can see, I've only done like verse 1 of the songs. So, you know, if you particularly like one of them, do, you know, sing the rest of the song. And it's more as a teaching aid to get your ukulele playing, but also as a song sheet. I mean, it's fun to sing as well. Let's see if I can get the second sheet up. I'd be interested to know which are your favourites, by the way. If you are singing along, which were the ones that you think work the best, and which are the ones that you think maybe I should have left out. So I went for 10. 10's a good number, and it's not necessarily my 10 favourite of all time, but just 10 that I think work well or have worked well in the past for me when I've been teaching kids, and also ones that I can adapt for ukulele. Silent Night, probably if you were singing it, you might want to change the key because I think it's a little bit high or low, but so you might want to try that in a different key. But most of them are in a key that sort of works, kind of a compromise between, you know, the best key for your voice and the best key for the instrument is the aim, and simplified a little bit. So Rudolph, I did the whole Rudolph in the end, or the main bit of Rudolph. You've got C chord, got G chord, so you can see there's lots coming up. F chord. Oh, I gave you a, and then they repeat them all, a D7. Yeah, just to kind of make it a little bit exciting. So D7 is sort of like that. I mean, you could probably play A minor would sound all right. An F would probably sound all right as well, but D7, like that. And also, if you come across a chord in a song that you can't play, you can just sort of just leave it, strum through it, and just to keep the flow of the song going. That would be fine as well. So, but let's have a little go. It's a bit swung, down, up, down, down, up. Had a name up, maybe a little kind of shuffly type, down, down, up, down. Same note again, goodness me. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. It's because I put them all in similar keys, but it is interesting that the start note, because the start note could be anything, but this time we're singing kind of at the higher pitch. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, and I hope I don't go too out of my range. Down, down. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Very good. Yeah, I think I did a video of this actually on piano, sort of sing-along with some effects and stuff. And I'm doing this with the Year 2 group, and they've learnt the name of the reindeers, which I've not put on this version. You know, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, and all of them. So I didn't put that on because it's complicated chords, but that's the kind of the main tune. Great tune. Right. How am I going to do this? Let's stick it over there. Okay. And then Walking in the Air. So this, I mean, obviously the Snowman's been around for a lot of years, but it was in a book and I did it with a couple of kids, and I don't know, it's amazing to see they've kind of like rediscovered this music, and it is very different to some of the other Christmas songs. So we're Walking in the Air from the Snowman. So one, yeah, it kind of works on the ukulele. The version I saw was on a guitar, but you can go like pluck, strum, 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 pluck, strum, strum. It's in 4. We're walking in the... Oh, it's a different start note. Great. So E. We're walking in the air. Actually, the original is higher, so I have transposed it down. Oh, very nice. So the tune would be quite nice to play with tab, actually, in this key. 1, 2, 3. We're walking in the air. We're floating in the moonlit sky. The people far below are sleeping as we fly. I'm holding very tight. I'm riding in the midnight blue. I'm finding I can fly so high above with you. And there we have our instrumental. Da, 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 da. Sorry, don't play too hard or it distorts. So beautiful song. It does have another verse. It does have a kind of bridge section which has some modulations, and it does sound absolutely beautiful, but it's a little bit more advanced. So that's just sort of a little taste into it, and just because it's a nice ukulele, sort of it fits quite nicely on your fingers with slightly different sort of melody patterns. So very well written. Okay, so we've got a couple more. In the Bleak Midwinter. Let me see if I can make that a bit larger. So this is a favourite a couple of years ago. I can't say I've done it with anyone this year, but I wonder if I can do something fancy with my... Oh, that's gonna really confuse everyone, isn't it? Look at that. I'm tilted. I think I'm going to do it anyway. So in the Bleak Midwinter. Okay, so just as we're getting towards the end, in the Bleak Midwinter, can I make it any larger? So hopefully by now you're getting to know the chords, but do watch it again if you want to go over anything more slowly. So we've got a C chord, got an A minor chord, D minor chord, and a G chord. Okay. 4, and I reckon this is down, 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 up. In the bleak midwinter. So some of my kids, not all of them, but are very into sort of what's the specific strumming pattern. And I think I do go with feel, the feel of it. So the most important thing is the time signature. So you do need to know if it's in 3 or 4/4. So it's in 4/4, this one. So we need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. But adding ups will make it more interesting than just going a straight plonking 1, 2, 3, 4. But I suggest sort of using your own initiative a little bit and sort of seeing where can you put the up. Does it make sense? Generally, straight beats is going to be the easiest way to start. Adding an upbeat, particularly at the end, like this one, makes the change harder. Frosty wind made, because I've got even less time to swap chords, but that's probably what will sound best in this song. So anyway, let's have a little go. Oh, okay, so this is the same as we're walking in the air. So in, green cats eat. So starting on E, in the bleak, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made known. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, long ago. Some of the changes are a little bit tricky timing wise, so I wondered why I put the extra F in, but then it did make sense to me, because otherwise I wouldn't have known how long to keep that F in. Again, this is a big difference in books, how some of them put them kind of in amongst the words. My preference normally is to put them kind of above the words, but I've done a bit of a mix here to see what you prefer. And obviously if you've got notation, then you have the bar lines, which is the best way to read. It just takes a lot more paper. So this is sort of like squashed. Okay, so I'm sure you're all wondering what the 10th song is. So Santa Claus is Coming to Town by the Jackson 5. So I did think Jingle Bell Rock. I love Jingle Bell Rock. And those of you thinking, why do you not do Jingle Bell Rock? Because I've done it in all of the, let's show you a bit more of the lights. Jingle Bell Rock, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell, it already goes to a few other chords. So it has many chords. So if I just look it up, let's just see how many chords Jingle Bell Rock has got in, because I know some people will ask about that. So we've got D, or G should I say, G sharp diminished, E minor, A7, lots of chords. I think I didn't really succeed in simplifying it well enough to make it to make me happy with it. But you could just strum to a G chord. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock, jingle bell. That's a bit too simple to go on the sheet. So that wasn't on the sheet, but I just wanted to reference it because it's one that we've done a lot with the ukulele group. So at the moment I'm teaching year 5 ukulele, 2 groups, so sort of 45 kids or so, a class and a half or whatever, and I'm going to teach, I think, the year 2's ukulele. They've got their performance of the magic flute this week, but for fun. So I will see a lot of kids and show them this sheet, but I did think a little teach of online would be helpful for all of you guys, and especially in this stormy weather. So anyway, let's go on to number 10. So Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So you've got a G chord, and you've got a C chord, you've got an A minor chord, towards the end, and a D7. So where's D7? Oh, it's further down. That's a bit annoying. We'll just have a little peek of D7, is the 2 fingers there, and add it if you can, but like I say, if you want to leave it out, that is fine. That's fine too. You better watch out. Well, that's unusual, so that's a completely different. So B, starts on B. You better watch out, but it's better watch out, but it's an octave lower, so you better watch out. Down, down, up, 1. 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town. It's so quick, and it does have lots of words. So the G is long, actually. So there was another chord there, but again, it's sort of simplified, just so you can kind of hopefully play it all. So if you want to add other chords, do look up more advanced versions of it. I think I want to do that one again because it's so short. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town. Okay, right, that is enough of that. So yeah, do download the sheet. Like I say, if you print it, I printed mine on 2 sides, so always my aim to sort of stick lots on the sheet to save paper so you can print it. And I hope you enjoy that. I hope some of you watch it in this sort of wet and windy weekend. And it's sort of the start of December, so obviously you can watch it sort of nearer Christmas and get your ukulele out. It's a great instrument, really portable. Those of you who play guitar, obviously you can sort of play the chords on any instrument, so you can play it on guitar, you can play it on piano, but if you play guitar, you'll find that ukulele is quite an easy, you'll find the shapes are sort of quite familiar, and most of my guitarists can kind of move to ukulele if they want to, fairly easily, although it did take me a while to kind of work out the relationship between a ukulele and a guitar. It's actually on the 5th fret of a guitar, so and obviously it's got less strings, so it's, yeah, it's easier. Anyway, okay, so have a good Christmas. If you're watching this nearer Christmas, happy Christmas, and yeah,